It is a titanic part of Augusta's past.
Yeah, but what about the future for the Butt Memorial Bridge? The Butt Bridge, spans the Augusta Canal at 15th Street in the downtown area between the Calhoun Expressway and Green Street and Sebastian Way, St. Sebastian Way. It's been there for 100 years, but what might the next century hold? Count on WJBF News Channel 6's George Eskola with our big story.
Nearly 100 years ago, the Butt Memorial Bridge opened. Nearly 20 years ago, there was talk of taking it out, prompting the movement to save our butt. But the bridge is in line for a major makeover, but in with the new does not mean out with the old. They don't make bridges like this anymore, but the Butt Memorial Bridge is showing its age.
It's got its issues. The decking is going to need to be replaced, I think is what the engineer told me last. The surface of it, it's been overlaid so many times that there's no curb there anymore.
But what is there is Augusta's history, a bridge where eagles soar and lions roar. That's how things were built back then.
It's part of the City Beautiful movement that occurred in the early part of the 1900s, where utilitarian things were made to look particularly attractive.
The Butt Bridge was so attractive it appeared on postcards. Now that the bridge is in line for $1 million makeover, these postcards are being studied. Because on the Butt Bridge you may be in with the new, but it will not be out with the old. The plan is to recreate the bridge like it was.
Basically go back in time and see what we can do with it. It's a great bridge. The President Taft sat on that bridge and did a dedication to it. We really have to show it the respect it deserves.
Nearly 100 years ago, Augusta showed its pride by creating this ornate bridge in honor of Major Butt. Now the city is going to keep it intact for the public to enjoy for the next century.
I think this is probably one of the most neatest things that we can bring back to life.
The cool making Butt Bridge like the old days.
Oh yeah, with the eagles back on top and all that, yeah.
Perhaps you wouldn't do it this way today, but since the citizens of Augusta did see fit to do that back in the past, we ought to try to save that for the future.
Now the money to save the Butt Bridge is coming from the transportation sales tax that was approved last year. The bridge work is about $1.6 million. Next April 14th will be the 100th anniversary of its dedication. The hope is to be able to break ground by that date. Back to you.
Some facts about the Butt Memorial Bridge. It is dedicated to Augusta native Major Archibald Butt, a victim in the sinking of the Titanic. The bridge was erected in 1914 and dedicated by President William Howard Taft, a personal friend of Butt's. It was the first memorial erected to remember the Titanic disaster, and it stands today as the only memorial in Georgia dedicated to the disaster.
Another bridge in the news tonight being built to get further down the Augusta Canal. Today, work crews were busy installing the first of two steadfast bridges as part of the Augusta Canal Authority's new River Levee Trail. The bike and pedestrian trail starts on the canal near Aqueduct Park. The $1.2 million project should be open to the public by July.